Hello Clever Pickles, welcome to today's handwriting video. This is a good point for you to perhaps look back through your book and have some reflection on how your writing is coming along. Maybe even go all the way back to the very first page you did and see how much better you have become at writing accurately between the lines and forming your letters. Sometimes it gets a bit tiring to practice handwriting, but trust me, the more we do it, the easier it gets, which is why we keep practicing. So make sure you've got a nice sharp pencil, that you're holding it properly, that you are sitting properly, and you are ready to pay attention to how you form your letters. Let's start by doing the long date. I'm going to make up a date because you might all be watching this on a different day to me. I'm going to pretend today's Friday. So for you, it might be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Have a look at the calendar in the room. Is the date up somewhere for you? And look at how messy my Friday, well, it's not messy, but I've gone over lines here. I've missed lines here. That's okay. This is my warm-up, so I'm not going to be too fussed. I'm going to pretend today is the 28th. And my numbers are like capitals, so they touch the top dotted line. Any month that you write needs a capital because it is the name of the month. So make sure your month has a capital. And 2020 is also like a capital. That needs to go up to those top dotted lines. Okay, let's move on. Today we are doing the letter V. V is quite easy because it's the same as a capital as uppercase, and it's also the same as a lowercase. So let's go. V is going to start at our top dotted line. It's going to come to the bottom straight line and then go back up to the top dotted line without lifting your pencil. The trick is keeping this even, and I want you to imagine there's a mirror in the middle of the V. It should look the same on both sides. So let's start at our top here, come down, and then back up again. So I want you to imagine that mirror comes down the middle here, and they should be both the same on either side. So I'm going to do my second one now. Remember, we only need to do 6. So the reason I'm saying use a mirror is because if I did this, that could end up looking like, well, any letter, I don't even know. That could end up linking to the letter before and then maybe looking like a W. So keep that angle right there. So 1, 2, 3, I need 3 more. Capital V. Start at the top dotted line, come to the bottom straight line and up. Remember, if it's not a capital, if it's not the full shape, if it's too small like this, we might think it's a lowercase v, and we won't know if there's a name or if it's the beginning of a sentence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's my 6, I'm done. If you haven't caught up, that's okay. Press pause, and when you're ready, just press play. Okay, let's go to a lowercase v. Exactly the same, except we're using this space here, which is the one we've been calling the grass section, the body section, the top straight line and the bottom straight line. So we start here, we come down and straight back up. And again, imagine there's a little mini mirror going down the middle. Bottom to the top. Let's do another one, third one, down, up. So the trick here is, again, making sure our lines are meeting the right points there. We're trying to keep all of our letter formations consistent sizing. Makes it much easier for the person reading it, your audience, to read your work, which could be anyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have one more to do. There. And now when I look at this, when I go back on it, I think this one looks much thinner than this one that I did. So it's not very consistent, but that's okay. With practice, I'll be able to get that. And that can also mean sometimes maybe your book is shuffled one way too far. Maybe you're leaning one way. Maybe you're not tucked in your chair properly. So just make sure you fix those things up before you go to the next line, which is going to be words that start with the letter V. So our first one today is very. This is a word that we tend to use a lot when we really want to describe something. It was very hot. It was very windy. It was very nice. Next one, voice. There we go. Hopefully you are not using your voice at the moment because your body should be concentrating on your hand and your fingers and how they are writing. After voice, make sure you're using spaces between these words, is vet. I'm not going to put veterinarian because I'm worried it won't fit and then give me enough room for reflection in this space. So let's just go with a vet. Okay, let's use V in the middle of a word today. Let's start with even. we could use even more as a description, or when we talk about even, we could be talking about things being equal. Our next word after a space is hive, and we've done these letters before, so this is just about making sure that when we put V in the middle of that word, we still have these little spacings between our letters. We have finger spacings between words and these little mini spaces between our letters so that they're not on top of each other. And our last one is solve. If I'm going to solve a problem, and V is right after that L, make sure the L touches that top dotted line. Okay, today for some fun, and if you're not up to this, don't worry, press pause, catch up. You're not going to miss out on the fun. Press play when you're ready. We're going to use a lowercase v to draw a vest. So we need 6 of these V's. Remember, do the V first. You're not doing the whole picture first. We still need to practice the letter V. That is the whole point of this last line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. V. So let's see if this works. I'm going to try and draw the shoulders, bring it down into the waist and give it some buttons. This is my vest. It's almost like a capital M, isn't it? I'm drawing buttons down the middle there. Hopefully that will be obvious for what it is. I might even go back and add a pocket if I have time. If you don't have time, don't waste time. This should be a quick and fun practice to do at the end to remind us that vest starts with the letter V, and that our V, is created by a down and then up movement. I'm going to create a red vest. I used to wear a red vest for choir performances when I was in school. We all had a red vest on top of our shirts. So I'm going to keep going with a red vest. If you have time, you might want to add a pocket or a bow to your vest, or you might want to color in the buttons. But for me, I'm just going to color my vests in neat and tidy. And make sure you're not just rushing your picture like this. There's no point of that. That's not actually practicing our letter movement, our fine motor movement. By coloring in, we're still practicing how to hold our pencil properly, how to move our pencil properly, how to sit when we're doing these activities, and make sure it's not bad for our neck or our back. And this is my last vest. Ready for singing. Excellent. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video.